Hello?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I'm accepting. Hello?
Hello, this is Jeff Tapia calling from Seattle, Washington.
Hi. How's it going? You're my first caller.
Oh, cool. First time, long time.
Yeah.
Cool, so it worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
How's it going?
You don't want people to have your real number?
Did you listen to, did you see Jesse's live stream where I gave out my real phone number?
No, but I did that on one of Jesse's live streams too.
I think he got annoyed with me. Because I got bored of playing video games pretty quickly, so I was telling people to call in. I was telling people to call in with automotive or Mario. I was like, ask me questions about Mario or automotive advice. Yeah.
Jesse got annoyed. Did it work though? Did people call?
No, you know what they did? They just like put my phone into like a prank phone call app, and then it was just like automated prank calls. It wasn't even like people like I hate to be the
well, what do you expect from a bunch of nerds?
Yeah, I hate to be like those damn millennials, but they can't even make their own prank phone calls. I was so annoyed by it. I was just like,
Should I use this number from now on?
What's that?
Should I use this number from now on?
No, I still have my regular phone number, but this is I made this Google. You could like claim phone numbers through Google, so that yeah, I just
yeah, I have one too. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I saved mine because I knew I would forget it. Because I've had my real phone number since I was like 16, so it took me that long to remember it. You know, like I'm just able now to remember my original phone number. So, I don't feel like I have another like 35 years to remember a new phone number.
All right, dude. Well, I'm about to start work, so.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for being the first caller.
No worries.
I'm just gonna.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna harass. Oh, you're not watching the live stream, but Cole just jumped in. I'm live streaming this too.
All right, man.
All right.
Bye,
See you
dude.
later. See ya.
Bye.
Oh, is that one person watching? I can't tell if that's a person watching. That's what it means. Say hi. Say hi to me. My name is Daniel Timothy DeRocher. Nope, you're not watching anymore. Okay. Oh, I guess I can do this. I'm gonna put if you wanna call in, talk about whatever. That's the phone number. Go ahead and call. I'm just gonna be live streaming here for a while because I'm so bored. I don't know what to do. It's my day off. Oh boy. I doubt I posted a link in an actual Facebook comment, or not a comment, but I didn't post it in the comments. So now is Zuckerberg just gonna suppress my post? That's real, right? People suppress the algorithm. The algorithm, is that what we refer to it as, the algorithm? It's Monday at 10, so I'm guessing most of my friends are at work. Let's see. We call Mark. Call Mark Martin. Call Mark Martin.
Calling Mark Martin.
I think the show is just going to be me calling friends.
Hello.
Hey, Mark, what's up?
How's it going, buddy?
I'm good. I'm doing a live stream on YouTube. I'm just practicing this thing out. So I set up like a Google phone number so people can call in. It's kind of like a call-in show where I talk to people. But
That's cool.
But nobody's watching. It's been 10 minutes, 9.5 minutes. No, Jeff called so far, but nobody else is calling. But you have to get the worms if you're gonna eat them, right? So I'm like, which one of my friends probably? I was like, most of my friends, it's like Monday at 10, right? So like, most of my friends have day jobs. So like, who doesn't have a typical day job? I was like, so
Hello, Mark Martin.
how's it going?
Going good. Just whipped out the acoustic guitar in the new place.
Oh yeah.
The acoustics sound great in here.
Oh well, yeah, because there's probably not much in there yet, right?
We have all of our stuff, but yeah, it's like not it's not a full house because we went from the 1 bedroom to the 2 bedroom.
Sure. So DJ Tanner's not there, right?
Yeah, no, not yet.
Michelle Tanner, Dave Coulier. I'm just listing people that are on Full House. So the move went smoothly?
Yeah, went smoothly. I'm exhausted. My knees hurt, but we are in. Did
you get movers?
No. We did. Oh, yeah, we had some friends help us the first day, and then a friend helped us the second day. And then I've just been running around just unpacking and like setting up the house.
Pretty cool. Hey, I got a question for you. How do I get people to watch this stuff?
Well, we can definitely cross link ourselves so then I can use just like my porn following.
Yeah,
I can let them know.
Mark, I got a cat in frame. You know what I mean? This is what the internet wants.
That's all I want.
Yeah, and she's got a cute little neckerchief on and everything.
Oh shit! Oh wow!
And you know how many viewers I got? Guess how many viewers I got?
1.
0.
0.
Thank you. 1 was generous.
Did Jeff not even watch. She just called in.
Yeah. She just called in. I was like, can you make sure this number works and call it? Actually, the message I sent her was call this number. No context given.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys got to come over to the new place.
Yeah. Well, once it's all completely put together,
I'll
I'll
try and get it to you like it.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. What do you have going on today?
I have to go down by you, grab my car, and then I have to go get my tools from Johnny. And then I have to get snacks for my flight tomorrow to Vegas.
Oh, that's right. You go to Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, and I have to get a smog check.
Oh, it's a lot. You got
Stupid car.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It
I'm
sounds
tired of stuff. I just want to play guitar in my goddamn backyard under the sun.
I mean, you're literally under the sun because you're in an apartment. So.
But man, you guys really have to come out here.
Yeah, we're excited to see the place. You'll have to make us dinner though. That's the only way we're going to come out. We only leave for food.
Wolf took an Uber from his place, and it was only like $6
That's not bad.
to get out here. Yeah, not bad at all.
Oh, I got one viewer. Hey, hello. They're saying hello in the chat. I'll say hi in the chat. That phone number is for you to call. Let's chat. I'm gonna hang up on you just in case they call. Thanks for thanks for talking to me, friend. I appreciate it.
Hey, anytime, friend.
All right, bye, buddy.
Bye, man.
Hi, hello. What is it? Fire and Copper. I'm Daniel. You're watching a live stream. I'm just having people call and chat. We're just going to chat. No particular topic. Just there was a cat in the picture. I have a cat. She's gone now. So if you want to chat, go ahead and call that number. I don't know if you can see it here. Let's see. I'll post it again. This is the number you can call. Yeah. What? How come your name's Fire and Copper? What does that mean? It makes me think of Fire and Blood, right? That's the Targaryen house words, house motto. What do you call those? House mottos? What would your house motto be? The Boltons, for talking Game of Thrones, is our knives are sharp, and that's terrifying. Their sigil's also a flayed man, so that's the first thing they want you to know. It's disturbing. All right, still watching. Only said hello. I don't know if you're calling, but you should call. This is a call-in show. I don't know, man. This shit doesn't really go anywhere unless people interact. I'm tired. It's my day off. I live in California. I'm in Los Angeles. I mean, one person's. Is it Fire and Copper? Fire and Copper, you're not saying anything. Oh, there it is. Okay. Fire, and it's just you and me. Again, if you can, just call that number. Call the number. It's going to go right to me, and we'll have a conversation. Have you ever talked to a stranger before? That sounded bad. Have you ever talked to a stranger before? Sorry. Fire and Copper, what are you doing with your day today? Is it your day off too? Or are you sitting on the toilet at work trying to avoid having to do a job that you don't want to do? I work on a food truck, so I can't do that. I can go to the bathroom, but I typically have to go to the bathroom at like coffee shops, and so I can't, and those are usually single occupancy bathrooms, so I can't just like hang out in there and like look at my phone while I do it. I have to go quick, wash my hands, and get back on the truck. Not a lot of downtime. Oh, there's a second viewer. Hello, second viewer. You are our second viewer. I'm Daniel DeRozier. This is a call-in show. If you could see the phone number here, I'll post the phone number again. Here's the phone number if you want to call. It's going to go right to me, and we'll just have a friendly conversation. It doesn't have to be friendly. I don't know. If you get into a fight, that's fine. I'm not great with confrontation, but I don't. No, you know what it is? I think I'm good with confrontation. Justin, you son of a bitch. Oh, so, or should I? We hear about your music, it inspires you. Oh, you like my music? That's cool. Okay. Well, this could. I'd love to hear about your music and what inspires you. Honestly, it's a lot of sad stuff that inspires. I don't know. That's a weird question. I don't know how to answer it without sounding pretentious or like self-indulgent or like smarter than I am. Assuming you've heard the song Potential New Morning Routine, because that is probably the only song people know of mine. Yeah, music is cathartic for me. Especially the music I make under the His Many Colored Fruit title. It's how I often compare it to woodworking. It's like what I do to relax, or it's like what I do in my downtime. His Many Colored Fruit has only played 2 shows, so it's really like it's almost exclusively a recording project, and it's just like it's just my hobby. It's what I like to do. If I'm playing live music, I love playing drums, and I love playing in like punk or like rock and roll bands. I'm currently working with a band called Rat Queen. If you've ever heard of that, if you haven't, you should look it up. We just released an album. But yeah, music, especially live performances, music is catharsis for me. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Fire and Copper. It's a good question. It makes me feel kind of insecure answering it. I don't know why. Should it make me feel insecure? Makes me feel insecure because I'm sitting in a room by myself and I'm interacting with people via text. So that's weird. It's all, and like I was just like, I'm just gonna start live streaming and I'm gonna like chat with people and like I suddenly like having people interact with me. It suddenly made me feel self-conscious that this is such a horribly self-indulgent thing to do. Maybe not horribly self-indulgent. It's self-indulgent for sure. But yeah, Justin, are you still watching? What's up, Justin? How are you? I feel like I have to like constantly talk. That's why I want people to call in, so it's not just me talking at my computer. A peach. Oh man, a peach would be delicious. Yeah, exactly. And it's also. It's not just like not being able to tell what your inflections are. It just feels much more like a one-way conversation. I'd rather have dialogues with people. Yeah, I'm again. Fire and Copper. If you have like Google, like if you have like a Gmail account, you can use Google Hangouts to call phone numbers. And I believe that's like toll free or whatever. I don't think you have to worry about that. And Justin, if you want to call, it'd be lovely to hear your voice again. I'm sorry, I haven't called. It's just been, moving is time consuming. Effort. It's an effort hole. you have to put an effort here. And anywhere you move, you have to start meeting friends. You have to start making friends and meeting friends. Meeting strangers are just friends you haven't friended yet on Facebook. I posted this. Justin, did you see that I posted this on Facebook? Is that how you knew this thing was happening? Because I'm wondering if there's like some sort of like algorithmic suppression. Oh my God, there's 4 viewers. Yep. Okay. Cool. Hey, to the other. Hey, we're up to 4 viewers now. That's pretty cool. I've only. So here's the phone number. This is a call-in show. So far, I've been calling people. It's a call-out show. No, it's not a call-out show. I'm using that. Yes, hopefully it'll turn into 8 soon. Let's see. Yeah, if you want to call back show. Justin. Hey. Hey, 1 second. Look who it is. It's a little baby. See, this is my cat Cole. And if Fire and Copper, you're still here, you might notice that this little lady here. Oh, I don't think you need Google Plus. I just think you need. Don't subscribe. Don't give Google any more information than you need to. That my cat there. She is the model for all my album covers, and will continue to be for the foreseeable future. All right, we were at 4. We're down to 3 viewers, and I just want to know: is it personal? What did I do? Who's the third person? I want to know who this anonymous third person is, because we got Fire and Copper, we got Axion Media Seattle, and then we have a mystery third person. It's not me, right? Because I don't know how the internet works. Maybe it's just business. It's Justin, it's never just business. Oh, Cole's currently losing her mind right now. I don't know why. I keep rubbing my nose. Series of tubes. I hear the internet is just a series of tubes. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Let's see here. Iron and Copper. This is if you're interested, this is my new band. Not my new band, I've been in the band for like a year, but this is my band Rat Queen. We just released an album. If you like the music that I make, I also make this music along with my songwriting partner Jeff Tapia, who, if you watched the beginning of this stream, was the first call. Just need people to call in. You know what I'll do? I'll do this. This. How have I been settling? I've been settling okay. I'm Justin, I don't know if you're listening when I started broadcasting, but I'm working on a food truck right now to pay the bills. And I'm still, obviously looking for production work, trying to meet people in that world. But it is tough. As I suspected, it's a tough industry to break into. I mean, it's not like, of course, there's like this fantasy in my head where I'd like come down and people be like, oh, like, here's a job, Dan. You can have a job in production right now. Oh, you worked at Amazon? That makes me so impressed. Oh, Microsoft too? As long as I don't tell them about the crying fits I had from feeling stupid about working at Microsoft, maybe they'll be impressed. But yeah, otherwise it's fun. I just finished Sketch 101 class at UCB, and now I'm gonna start Sketch 201 in January. Our apartment's rad. I'm really happy with the spot we found. Like the neighborhood's really cool. Yeah, I guess it's just taking classes, trying to meet folks, trying to embed myself in the community, which has been hard. It's been tough because my work schedule right now it's all morning. So I wake up at 5 in the morning, and then I get out of work at like 2. And then I'm feeling pretty tired after that. And I'm like, try not to nap because then it'll be hard to get to sleep at night. But it's hard to get to shows. It's hard to get to any show that's happening like past 8 o'clock. Yeah, 5 a.m. Which means I'm going to bed. I'm trying to go to bed like 9:30 at the latest. So yeah, that's been hard. I'm trying to just like tough it out and be okay with being sleepy at work, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm like getting older, but I fucking hate feeling sleep deprived when I get. Man, nobody wants to hear me talking about being sleep deprived. We're down to 2 viewers. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Like my life isn't tough. It's fine. Everything's fine. I just, like I said, I'm impatient. I don't want to be doing things. Nope. Can't tell if I heard a knock or not. Headphones on. Yep. Local placement agencies. I haven't. What are placement agencies? I guess I could Google that afterwards, but thank you for the tip. Oh, and Justin, just for reference for you, we live like we're about a 5-minute walk from Fred 62. Like we're like, so that's on Vermont. We're 1 block over on New Hampshire. I won't give my exact address. I probably should do that. I gave my real phone number out one time on a live stream. It was fine. People just used it to. People just put my number in a prank phone call app or something like that. It was just automated prank phone calls. I gave them my real phone number. Nobody used it well. Oh shit! I'm getting a call. Hang on 1 second here. Hello.
To accept, press 1.
Okay.
To send a voicemail.
I'm accepting. Hello, you're watching the Early Bird.
Hi, Dan. How are you?
Hey, is this Fire and Blood? I was gonna call you, but you're Fire and Copper. I assume because it's from Canada.
Yeah, I'm Canadian. I'm Fire and Copper. How are you?
Good. How you doing? Thanks for calling. How's it going?
It's not too bad. My fucking heart is pounding like shit because you're a star and shit.
I'm not. How do you? Do you know me from Would You Rather? Is that it?
Yeah, that's how I joined you. Then I spent like a fucking month and a half trying to find His Many Colored Fruit for the intro song, and then I finally found it in a comment.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that cool. Thank you. I work in a food truck, so that should tell you my level of celebrity. So don't tell your heart to fucking calm down. Is your heart calm?
It's doing its own thing.
Okay, all right. I said, did it say you're calling from Ontario?
Yeah. About 20 minutes from Ottawa. I'm a country bumpkin.
Okay, cool. I grew up in Connecticut, and I've been to Ottawa once. I just moved to LA from Seattle, and I used to take yearly trips up to Vancouver, and I really like it up there.
Yeah, it's nice. Ottawa though doesn't have much except for Parliament. I mean, it's not very interesting. Toronto is where you want to go, or Vancouver, like you said.
Well, yeah, I mean, Toronto just has like that's the city that just keeps giving us incredible music. Like, do you listen to Pup?
Pardon me?
Have you heard the band Pup? Pup?
Pup? No, I have not.
Really? It's like they're like a pop punk kind of like post hardcore band out of Toronto. They're so fucking good. If you haven't heard them, I highly recommend them.
So it's Pup, you say? Pup?
Yep. Yeah. They just released an album in 2018 called "The Dream Is Over," and it's been like heavy on my regular rotation.
I'm one of the kind of people that just when they find a song they love, they play it on to repeat until the record breaks.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have been trying to be better about that in the past like year, because I feel like I lived in Boston for a while, and I discovered the Flaming Lips there, and I just like listened to almost only the Flaming Lips for like 3 years, and I just feel like I missed out on so much music. Like there's so many good things that like passed me by in that time.
Yeah, it's just the music is just so broad, and every single genre is so unique in its own way, and it's just hard to filter it all through into stuff you like, and then finding more stuff you like from within your refined taste.
And it's also like, do I want to take a gamble on new stuff? Like, what if it sucks? I mean, what's your favorite band? What do you like to listen to?
I like Aha a lot. I really like 80s stuff, like I have no clue why. I also love ABBA, dude. You have no clue how fucking much I love ABBA.
ABBA, yeah. I mean, I only know like I only consciously know of like Dancing Queen, but I'm sure I've heard like other songs of theirs and just don't realize it.
Yeah, that's what I call knowing the face but not the name of the song.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. So you said you're a country bumpkin. What is it? Because I know what it's like. I know what country bumpkins are like in America, but what is a country bumpkin like in Canada?
Well, I mean, my family moved out to a little town called Kemptville out of a suburb in Ottawa, and it was mainly for me because I have all these interests that are, since I just graduated like 2 years ago from high school, I've been really interested in welding and target shooting with air rifles, so they moved me out here so that I could do all the stuff I wanted to do.
Okay, so you want to, do you want to build sculptures? Do you want to make buildings? Like, what do you want to do with that?
Well, right now I'm just trying to figure out how my welding machine works still. Like, it's an entirely different process, but I'd love to do sculptures and whatnot.
So you're more about the artistic aspect of it. I guess constructing buildings can be artistic.
Yeah, there's elements of that, but it's just I was tempted to build big things, but if a weld breaks, I'm responsible for it, right? So
right. How did you? What made you become interested in that?
Oh, I was in high school. They had a car shop, a mechanic shop in there, and they had a little MIG welder, and I just picked it up and started playing with it after my teacher told me how not die by using it. Sure. And I eventually started teaching other kids how to do it, and that was the most incredible thing I've ever done, because I've never felt that sense of importance to teaching children how to weld.
Right. And so how long have you been in the welding game?
Since I was 16, so about 4 years. I'd say almost 5. Good God.
Yeah, and then you said you're going to school for it right now?
I was, but right now I'm trying to save up some cash to go to school, right? So.
Okay, and what are you doing to save up money?
I've been doing a lot of speeches and stuff, speaking.
You do speeches?
Yeah, I do speeches, specific, very specific speeches, advocacy work too.
Oh, what? Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I've got a perfectly preventable disability called FASD. It's when a mother drinks while she's pregnant, and I'm just trying to get the word out to end the stigma against parents. Like most parents don't even know they're pregnant and they have a drink, and that can cause permanent brain damage. So my role comes in to say that hey, we're people too, and we're perfectly capable of living this life. It's just we have a bit of challenges, is all. I mean, we don't even seem like we're not. I'm trying to find the word here.
Right. There are no like physical manifestations of your disability.
Yeah, it's completely like when you look at somebody who is autistic and you can clearly tell they're autistic, you give them a bit of leeway and you let them easy off. But for me, I don't present with any deficits. So
That's so how does your disability manifest itself? What does that look like for you?
I'm what they call an emotion mirror. So, like, I've had a few instances of teachers yelling at me, but since I'm an emotion mirror, I yell back without. It's basically instinct for me to yell back. It's I can't control it.
Okay. And is that so that seems like an extreme case. What would be like a more subtle instance, or like maybe something that wouldn't be so obvious?
Well, I mean, I'm very disorganized. Like in my shed where I do all my welding and stuff. I am a complete. Everything is everywhere, right? So I'm not sure if you're like that, but everything is everywhere.
Yes, yeah. I try so hard to stay organized, but currently my work desk is a mess of like cables and microphones and my camera and empty beverage containers. Yeah, I can be pretty disorganized.
Yeah, it's particularly. I have something what they call executive dysfunction. You know how you can wake up in the morning and brush your teeth and do everything pretty well without thinking about it. Well, I have to make an active effort, and that gets really tiring throughout the day as I'm always pre-planning what I'm doing.
Sure. Yeah, that is so you have to build it. You have to put in all these systems to make sure that you are getting just basic functions done.
Yeah, and I also my mental age, like physically, I'm like almost 21, but mentally, I'm like maybe 17, 18. Like I'm slowly catching up to my age, but it's takes a bit of a long time to get there.
I gotta be honest. A lot of the things you're describing, I am really relating to that. I have. I also feel like I'm 35, but I do feel mentally in my like mid 20s. Like I don't know. I feel like I feel like I have a bit of a arrested development, or like I am like a late bloomer and sort of like where I should be at my age. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah. I totally see where you're coming from. Like, there's like this lag between who you should be and who you are.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah, and I don't get. I go back and forth between like, no, this is just like your path or like who you are. Like you'll get there eventually, and I don't know. I feel like I also like maybe not self-sabotage, but like I don't do myself any favors a lot of the time.
I get told all the time I'm my own worst enemy.
Yeah, I hear you there. So how close are you to saving up for school?
I mean, I'm quite a ways away, but I'm pretty well set for when it comes to like I don't have all of the like in Canada, we have these things called locally developed for when you need help in the classroom with teachers' assistants, and then you have college level, and then you have a university level courses. I took locally developed because it was easier for me, and like the work stressed me out. So I'm going to go back to school as an adult learner.
Okay.
So it gives me.
gives you up?
It gives me the leeway to perfect my welding and have some more cash before I start.
How often are you doing speeches?
Whenever I'm asked, like sometimes I'll get doctors ask me, teachers, people up here.
And how did that become like a source of income for you?
Well, I think it began at a play I saw a while back about this kid with FASD and went through his entire story and pulled a few heartstrings. And I had a speech ready after in case anybody would want to hear it, and they did because I had FASD, and well, lo and behold, everyone loved it, and I got this rush of wow, this is amazing.
That's awesome. Do you have any sort of like online presence for this kind of stuff?
I have a privated video on my YouTube channel because my mother thinks that if it goes big, they could get my speeches for free there. So I'm like, I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good point. I was just thinking because that might be something like something people might like to hear that. But you're right. But that's your bread and butter. You shouldn't give it away for free.
So yeah, well, enough about me. What about you? So you said you don't live in a food truck, but you worked at a food truck.
I currently work on a food truck. Yeah. Yes.
You ever get recognized doing that?
No, not you know what's nice is I used to get recognized in Seattle. Probably like I would say like 2 or 3 times a month somebody would come up to me and talk to me about, like, would you rather. But I mean, nobody. I have not been recognized in LA, which is part of it's nice. I don't know. Doing Would You Rather was like I did that on a like I was just coming off of a job, like a corporate video job, and Blaine, who works at Cut, is a friend of mine, and just asked me to audition for it, and I don't know. I had like 3 months to kill before I went back to work. So I was like, sure, I'll do this. And yeah, I don't know. I got recognized a bunch at the gym, which was I would be like, like it's already kind of like I'm already kind of like in a vulnerable place because I'm like an overweight person at a gym trying to not be overweight, and there'd be people staring at me.
The thing about that is that there's no bad place to start. I mean, that's where you go to a gym for, right?
Sure, but I have my own insecurities about my weight, and so I'm there just trying to put in some work and trying to like shed some pounds, and having people stare at me would make me feel vulnerable, uncomfortable, and then in my head I'd have this like internal dialogue where they're like, oh, what is this fat person doing here? Like, they'll only be here for like another week and then they won't show up. Like, they don't have any willpower. And then having this like fake argument in my head with somebody, and then they come up to me like, hey, you're from Would You Rather, right? And I'd be like, oh yeah, hi. And like it just like all this like this whole like backstory about how a mean judgmental person this is just like gets dissolved because they're just like, oh, I like your show. So yeah, the show is fun to do. But yeah, I don't know. Do you have questions about the show?
Well, no, not really. I mean, all the only thing that's coming to mind right now is you pissing in a coffin.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. I will tell you, we weren't actually in a coffin for 12 hours. I think we are in there for like a total of 3. But we just like filmed a bunch of shit in there to make it seem like we were, because Dietrich was like legit terrified of being in that coffin. So we made it because I think the original plan was like, it was never going to be 12 hours. They were like trying to get us to go in there for 6 hours, but like Dietrich refused to do it, and so he was able to talk them down to 3 hours, but it was fine. It's like I don't know what he was like so freaked out about. I guess when you have like a phobia like that, there is no like rationalization for it. Like, we're doing like a TV show for them, so it's not like they're going to put us in any position where we're going to be in any real danger. So I was like, that's in the episode. I'm like, hey man, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. But like, yeah, he was like legit scared of it. And then I just thought it'd be funny to piss in a bottle in a coffin, just to like, just to get him going.
I mean, what you're fucking watching porn in there? Like, yeah, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So right, I forgot that did make it in there where he's watching porn. Right. He like that was him trying to like cope with his fear. He like pulled a porn to like calm himself down.
The powers of boners are stronger.
That part did make me very uncomfortable. I've had I don't know why this might be sharing too much information, but I've had multiple times where like guys have felt comfortable like masturbating either next to me or in front of me, and that just like, I don't know what about my face says that, but I'm not cool with it. But this happened. This happened in like my.
Not something you're down with, is it?
No, this happened in my early teen years, like, you know, like when we're all figuring out our bodies. So I don't like hold any resentment towards it. It was just real weird. Peeing in bottles.
Yeah, I could totally understand how being beside a man who is just going to town could be just ew.
Well, I remember one of the times it was like I was in junior high, and a bunch of like me and my guy friends were like having like a sleepover, and you know, we were all like smoking weed and drinking and getting into no good. And then at some point, everybody started comparing penis sizes, which started making me feel uncomfortable immediately. That wasn't something I was into. And then somebody was like, "Oh, I got a porn. Let's watch a porn." And so, you know, you're like 13 or whatever, so you're like, "Yeah, let's watch this porn," because you know, it's this like mystery taboo thing that you're not supposed to be doing yet. And so we're watching it, and one of the guys goes, "Hey, does anybody mind if I jerk off?" And I'm like, well, everybody's gonna say no, right? So I don't need to say anything. And then everybody just like a resounding, "Oh, by all means, go ahead, go just." I'm like, what? Kind of like it would be rude if you didn't kind of tone. And so it was just like,
yeah, by all means.
Yeah. And then so he's like masturbating in the middle of this room. Like, you know, he's like laying down, and after like 15 minutes or so, he apologizes for not being able to come. He's like, "Sorry, I can't."
As one does.
It was just so strange. And then I had to go. The guy that was masturbating, I was babysitting for his stepchildren, so his the kid that was masturbating, his dad and his new wife had their own kids, and I was their babysitter. So after this whole scenario, I had to go babysit for them. And I ended up falling asleep in the middle babysitting them because I stayed up all night because his son was fucking masturbating in the basement in front of me.
That sort of leave you a bit scarred?
Yeah, and so I passed out, and I woke up, and his dad was like waking me up. He's like, "Hey, you fucking fell asleep," and the kids spilled blue paint all over the carpet. I forgot about that part of the story. Yeah, that. Yeah. That's how that night ended. So yeah, I don't know why people feel comfortable watching porn and jerking off in front of me. I don't know. That hasn't happened since I guess it hasn't happened since Dietrich. But before that, it had been a decade or so. Yeah. Have you, so not to seem too self-indulgent, but have you listened to any of my other music besides the Potential New Morning Routine song?
I'm sure I have, just
It's okay-
not
it's-
extensively.
It's
but,
okay if you haven't. It's. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, I'm making a point of trying to listen to the song, though.
Good. Yeah, I appreciate you you looking into the music. That's really cool. I never thought people would listen to my music, let alone like it. Like I said, especially like the stuff I make under His Many Colored Fruit is not. It's just music I make for myself. It's not necessarily something that I intend to like be popular on a mass scale. And it's funny. Almost every other band I've had has been more popular than the music I make by myself. So I don't know. What would you? I don't know. What would you classify that song as? Because all my albums sound different. So I don't know. I think it's hard to package my music. I don't know. I don't give it.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what you're asking.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm asking. I'm just rambling about my own music. What genre is it? I don't know. Like, I think it depends on from song to song.
I'd classify the Potential New Morning Routine as alternative.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah,
or indie.
I was that EP, that collection of 4 songs. I used to work at this sandwich shop in Seattle, and we were closed over a week for Christmas. And I was able to bring in all of my instruments and my recording equipment in there, and so I just spent like 5 days writing and recording music. I just wanted to do something where I'd like go into a recording situation where I didn't have anything written and see what I could do in a short amount of time. And so all those songs were written and recorded in like 5 days, which is like something I'd never done before, and I was really happy with the result. Potentially Morning Routine was written and recorded in about 5 hours.
5 hours?
Yeah.
I thought at least about a week and a half, 2 weeks went into that.
No, that song happened in less than a day. Yeah, I just the part where I'm like talking about, like wake up at 7 a.m. That's just like out of my journal.
Eat some yogurt, have something sensible, like a bowl of fruit, and don't forget to get your fruit and dance.
Yeah, exactly. That was I was just like I had been journaling for a while, and that was a journal entry where I was just like trying to like like you're saying, like having to plan your day out. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to give myself, my cat's clawing at me. I was just trying to have some structure for my mornings, because I would like otherwise I was just waking up like a half hour before I had to be at work and then just like running over there. But I wanted to have like a morning where I could like, I was trying to like get back into jogging, so I was like trying to jog and write for a half hour each. And yeah, that's it was me writing in my journal, like planning out my morning. And then when I was working on that song, I was just going through my journal trying to find things that I thought would have could make good lyrics. And then I just decided to read my morning routine out as a verse. It turned out to be I really like it. I was really happy with how it turned out.
I got one question for you though. Did that actually become your new morning routine?
Yeah, that was my morning routine. That was my morning routine for about 2 months. And not to the I didn't follow it to the letter. Like I didn't always have like a scrambled broccoli and goat cheese. Sometimes I had kale. I don't know. But I have a hard time like maintaining routines. I think I have ADD, so it becomes hard to like focus on anything for too long. Yeah,
I see where that coming from. Like, like you'll just be focusing on something for so long, and then the words just become symbols, and it's like, all right, dude, I can't do no more unless I take a break.
Burn out on it, yeah. So yeah, that's that. I would encourage you to listen to more of my music because I do like it a lot. I hope it's funny because like on that EP, that has Potential New Morning Routine on it. It has a song that I wrote about my grandma who is like dying from dementia, and that's like to me one of the best songs I've ever written. And nobody gives a shit about that song, but everybody loves that fucking song. Right? Talk about brushing my teeth. And it's funny because like I don't know, like as an artist, I try to put myself into vulnerable positions and to try to mine places in my heart that like other people won't go, because I feel like that's kind of our job as artists, is to go to the dark places that people can't or won't go and report back from it. And and I fucking did that. I think I did that really well in this case. And yet people are like, that Potential New Morning Routine song, it's so funny. And as somebody who like I have done and do comedy, but that is merely one dimension of me. That is one dimension of me. I am a dynamic person that has layers of emotion, and it sucks sometimes. I don't know. It's hard because I want to be grateful for people who like Potential New Morning Routine, and I am grateful. But it's like I've done other things too that like hold more emotional significance to me than that song, and nobody seems to care about it. So please listen to more of my music.
That I've never thought I'd hear someone so high caliber be so frank about please listen to my music.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my other band, Rat Queen, that we just put an album out, and we have a similar song called Is It Drugs? And it's this very like short and silly song about wanting to do like asking the question, is it drugs? I really want to do some fucking drugs. And it's like, it's a dumb, jokey throwaway song. And on the same album, we have like songs about like dealing with anxiety and like childhood traumas and feeling like insecure as an adult. And everybody's like, that Is It Drug song is so funny. I love that song. And it's like, bitch, we wrote some like really emotionally like cathartic and like revealing music, and nobody cares about that. They just want to hear the fucking drug song.
It's like they recognize everything that you don't want to be recognized, or not want to be recognized, but the things that you want them to pay attention to, they sort of gloss over.
Yeah, and it can be really frustrating. And again, it's like I don't want to appear to be ungrateful, because if like anybody likes any piece of art that I've made or been part of making, that means a lot to me. But Is It Drugs? We wrote that song in like 5 minutes because it was a joke. You know what I mean? Like it like my songwriting partner Jeff and I were just joking around writing the song. But we've spent like a lot of time and a lot of emotion on other songs. And we're like, this is the one that people will connect to. And then it's always that drug song. Oh, speaking of Potential New Morning Routine. So Rat Queen, they just did the album release show in Seattle. And as like a tribute to me, they played Potential New Morning Routine to close out the set. And then after the show, apparently that's the only song anybody was talking about. And they're like, is that on the album? What is that song? It's like that song's gonna haunt me.
Well, I gotta give it to you. The open beat line and the bass line is just it's orgasmic. Like, good God, it's great.
Thank you so much. That's very sweet. Truth be told, I was listening to a lot of LCD Sound System when I wrote that song. So that song's heavily influenced by that band. And if you don't know who LCD Sound System are, you need to listen to them. They're so good.
You know what? I gotta get a pen and paper for this shit. What you said? Rat Queen. You
Yeah,
said
actually,
Puck
so
and
I put, if you're still, are you still on the stream?
yeah, I still got it up. Your face is paused because I can't call and do shit at
Sure.
the same time.
I posted the Rat Queen link in the chat, so you can just find it there. But yeah, LCD Sound System and Pup. Justin says, I think songs like that hook people and then they can discover the more meaningful stuff. Yeah, okay, but Justin, Blood and Copper here. Fire and Copper, I'm so sorry.
Blood and Copper.
Fire and Copper here admittedly hasn't listened to much other of my music, so he has not been hooked in to Potential Morning Routine. And because I'm a bit of a narcissist, I've looked up the numbers on what songs of mine people listen to, and if you look on YouTube, Potential New Morning Routine has about I think about 1,500 listens. Actually, here, I can look this up right now. All right, let's see. Get out of here! Get out of here, fucking YouTube surveys. Okay, so 11. So Potential New Morning Routine has about 11,000 views on YouTube, and then let's see, what does the next one have? And then god damn it, that's not it. I want the playlist. I just want the play. No, god damn it, it's just playing the song. I'm trying to find the play. Oh, here we go. Okay, so 11,000 for Potential New Morning Routine. The next song has 151 views. The one after that has 126 views. So do you see what I mean? It's like people listen to that song and they don't really care about the next song. They're like, I got my.
Oh hey.
What?
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
No, just nobody cares about the next song, and it's like, I'm again, I feel like a broken record. I am grateful that people like that song. It was a blast to make. I'm proud of that song. But it's just like, I think I honestly think I have better songs than that, and nobody's listening to them, and that's fine because that's not what this project was about. But there's a level of frustration. I don't know. Do I sound ungrateful? I don't know. I feel really.
Well, no, it's not that you don't sound ungrateful. It's just that you worked so hard on these songs that you want people to listen to, that you put them out there for people to listen to. But it's not that they're not interested. It's probably that they just haven't discovered it yet.
Yeah. Well, okay, but I don't mean to harp on you, but like, if you haven't really listened to the other music, right?
No, I have not. Mainly because had Cut put your song in the description of the video, because I listened to every single video that you were in, looking for the Potential New Morning Routine.
They did though. They especially with the like.
They did?
Yeah. Yeah, I asked them to do that, and they did.
Oh shit! I need to look closer in the description.
Here, let me just look that up to confirm, because there we go. Let's see here. Huh. I guess, let's see. Oh, did they take it out? Maybe it's on. I know it was on some of the. This is. Yeah, I guess it's not. I don't see it now. I thought it was.
Oh yeah, and also I found you specifically, like your channel that I subscribed to see the stream that I'm currently in right now, that just occurred to me. I saw on one of your, I'm like, wow, who wrote the song? It's really good. And I saw you in the comments saying like, hey, I made that, thanks. And I'm like, huh? And I subscribed to you. And wow.
Nice. Well, glad you did. This has been awesome to talk to you. I am really enjoying this. And now, now I'm like, that said, I do like, I do stuff like that. I tend to play MF Doom's Coffin. Yeah. I do that shit too. As Jessica can attest, I listened to LCD Sound System in our apartment for months straight, much to his dismay. I just love them so much, Justin. I'm sorry. I love them. They're so. Where's the fucking like cheesecake episode? That's the. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if you realize what you've done, but you put is this your personal phone you're talking to on right now?
No. That's my. This is a phone number I created through Google.
Okay, I was about to say, like, somebody, not me, but somebody, still not me, could just publish it.
Yeah. Okay. See. Yeah. You know what's funny is that my friend Jesse Mercury does game streaming on YouTube, and I was on one of his streams one time, and I gave out my actual phone number, and I was telling them to call me with either questions about Super Mario Brothers or with like automotive questions. I was going to give automotive advice. And people put my phone number into like a prank phone call generator. Like they didn't even like prank me themselves, which I feel like was such a fucking waste of a real phone number.
Oh come! Like, if you're gonna dox someone, at least have the balls to like annoy them yourself, right?
Right? I was really disappointed. And yeah, so the cheesecake episode and the episode where we shave ourselves. The music is in the description for that, but it is not in the rest of them I just saw. So,
right, how long did it take you for you to grow your eyebrows back after that?
That took me like 2 months.
Ow! Good lord!
It was horrible because I did that episode, and then like a couple weeks later, I started a job at Microsoft, and and so I had to just like what was horrible is that nobody asked me about why I didn't have any eyebrows, which I think is where
they just all assume you're a chemo patient right off the bat.
Yeah, or like I have some sort of like disorder where I like pick off all my facial hair or something like that, you know. Yeah, that was
that was weird to see you. That was strange.
It was strange. It like when I was a kid, my family had cats in we had outdoor, they're outdoor cats, and because they were long hair, they would get like in the summertime their hair would get all like dirty and matted, and so every couple of months we would shave them just so that they wouldn't get matted anymore. And you could tell their like attitude changed when we shaved them. Like they seemed a little more like meek and maybe like insecure, and like that's definitely how I felt after that episode.
Yeah, it just brings this whole new dimension. Like I like to think of facial hair as clothing, and when you don't have any clothing, you just feel more vulnerable, even though it's just hair.
Yeah, and for me, the eyebrows were the worst part because I have really expressive eyebrows, and just to have them gone felt horrible. It was not great. I didn't like it. And it was also like, I was probably like at my fattest then, and I was just like so insecure and like really, really fat shaming myself. Yeah. That show is fun. I would definitely do that show again if the opportunity came up.
By the way, what was the worst drink in the intro that you had to drink? Like, what was the worst one?
I don't know. I honestly I don't really remember any of them. I honestly think Dietrich got the worst ones. He drank squid oil or something like that. It was like squid sauce. And now like this, like I could smell that one while he was drinking it, and it was really bad. I like have a really sensitive gag reflex, and Blaine thought it was just the funniest thing. So that's like how, because like that part of the show had nothing to do with like would you rather. They didn't give us a choice. You know what I mean? Like they just wanted to see us puke.
Yeah, I mean, it just hilarious. As soon as it touches your lips,
it was really gross. What's funny though is that like the people in the comments would be like, I have a phobia of puke. Just like blur out the puke. And it's like if you blur out the puke, you can still see stuff coming out of our mouths. It's not gonna like change that.
Like I had a deathly terrible fear of vomiting when I was a child, and even the sound of it. Like, do you remember that Eminem song "Puke"? It's like every time I think about you, I puke or something, right?
Okay.
Well, the beginning of the song a woman was puking at the beginning of the song, and that just used to make me just sort of drain all the color in my face. I eventually got over my fear of vomiting by watching people vomit.
What is a fear of vomiting? What does that feel like for you?
I don't have it anymore, but for me, it was like whenever someone in school threw up, I just couldn't be there. I had to run out. Like it's not so much that I had a fear of vomiting; it's just that I had a fear of stuff coming out of people. You know?
Okay, right. But do you like? What's the like? Like, is there a rationalization for it? Is it like if something comes out of somebody and I'm there, this will happen to me? Like what?
Yeah, I mean, I've read a few things about where people at a restaurant will vomit. One of them, people will vomit because they have food poisoning as they're eating, and then all like 17 other people will vomit too because they think it's psychologically, oh, this food is bad. It's in the back of their head. They're like,
the chain reaction. Yeah. So that was your fear, is that you would also start puking?
Yeah. But ever since they started drinking, that hasn't really been a problem anymore too either.
Drinking helps you with your fear of puking. No,
it's just that.
Go on.
Okay, go ahead.
No. Please, I insist.
Okay. It's just that, like when you drink to the point where you puke, it's just, like you're still kind of there, and puking when you're sort of numb isn't so bad, and I just got used to it. Like I actually just came off a stomach thing where they have no clue what happened, the doctors. I just couldn't eat. I was really nauseous all the time, and I'm still waiting an endoscopy. It's been like 8 months.
Huh. You don't know what caused it?
No, like I remember specifically March 1st, I slammed a beer, and then the next day I was hungover, which never happened, and then I just stayed sick for like 6 months up until fairly recently, like June.
Ah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, well, thanks. It's better now, but good God, taking gravel every day was not fun.
Yeah, I can't imagine. That's right. I forgot that the drinking age is 8. It's 19 or 18.
18 in Quebec, 19 in Ontario.
Okay. Oh, you guys have provinces, right?
Yeah. We got Northwest Territory. We got 13 of them. It's been a while since I took geography, but there's 10 provinces and 3 territories.
Okay. And then is Quebec a province or a territory?
It's a province. The funny thing is about living in Ottawa is that you can just go across the Champlain Bridge and get into Quebec, and then you can just buy beer really cheap there in a corner store, but you can't buy beer in a corner store here in Ontario.
Yeah, aren't laws funny?
So yeah, it's ambiguous.
And have you? Canada is weed legal at a federal level yet? I think that just happened, right?
It's legal on a provincial level. So in every other province, you can walk into a brick and mortar store and buy a pot. Great system. Here in Ontario, we have something called the Ontario Cannabis Store, which is a one-stop shop online. They have to wait over a month for weed because there's a current strike at the Canada Post. So, it's like, hey, I want a doobie right now. Well, you have to wait a few days, or you can just go to your dealer.
Yeah. The marijuana shops in Washington were great, but I am not very happy with them in California. They're like the ones in Seattle were just like, you could just like walk in, they check. It's like, it would just be like a liquor store, you just walk in, they check your ID, and then you could you talk to the people at the counter about what kind of weed you wanted. But like here, it's a little more like militant, where like my fiance and I went to a weed shop here, and you walk up to like a glass window. First you're buzzed in by a security guard, and then you have to give your ID to some people behind some like bulletproof glass, and then they like do a quick background check on you, and then they buzz you into like the main room, and it's just this like, small barren room, and like the people there didn't really feel like they knew what they were talking about. I don't know, it was just like felt like a really archaic system. And my
shit, I gotta be somewhere for 2:30, but
shit.
Yeah, it's been great talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it. It's been really nice talking to you. If you want, send me an invite on Facebook. We'll be friends on Facebook, and if I do another one of these, we can chat again and catch up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, see ya.
All right, man. Take care, dude.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, you see that, Justin? That was a long call. That was great. That's what I want to be doing here. Okay. I can get weed delivered via app, but I feel like that's going to be way more expensive. I haven't looked into it, but I haven't. That's going to be more expensive, right? Because it's like, if you get Uber Eats, if you want to get like McDonald's, it's going to cost you like $40 to get shit off the dollar menu. Justin, what have you been up to? Anything? You can also call in too, Justin. Be on. If you're, come on, Justin, call in. If you're just joining us, you're watching the early bird. Although it's not that early anymore. Let's see. I'm gonna post the phone number. This is a call-in show. If you want to call, go ahead and call, and we'll chit chat. Well, Justin, I've been up since 6 because I wake up at 6 on my days off now. I was gonna do something productive, but I don't know. Is this productive? Man, I should have asked that guy his real name, but that felt a little bit invasive. I don't know. It was fun talking to him. It's felt more comfortable when I was talking to somebody rather than talking at a screen. Justin, you know more about technology than I do. What's there to figure out? Go ahead and just call. Who's our second view? Who's viewer number 2? I know there's me here, and then there's JSOC. You go ahead and call that number. Watching the early bird. We're just gonna chat. We're just chatting. The FBI. Wait, what about the FBI? I'm sorry. I'm just. Yeah, I'm gonna post again. Let's see. I posted in my UCB group. Let's see if anybody looked at it. Let's see. Oh, just that. Oh, then I probably shouldn't talk about my plot to overthrow the government. Spoiler alert: it involves silly string and poop. I don't know. If you're just joining us, you're watching The Early Bird. We're going to be talking about how we're going to overthrow the government as the FBI watches and is powerless to stop us. Coming up on the show, we'll have a phone call with Justin, last name withheld. Hello? Hang on 1 second. I'm going to put you on speaker. Hello. You're listening. You're on The Early Bird.
Yes, I am.
Hello, sir. How's it going?
Hello. It's going okay. I'm just still waking up.
Yeah. I just the first thing I thought of hearing your voice was that post you did a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, about your new roommate leaving the coffee pot on the stove.
Oh God. Thankfully, he hasn't done anything like that since.
How did that resolve itself? Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like honestly, I wasn't mad about the coffee pot or anything like that. I'm just like, dude, just don't leave stuff on fire if you're gonna leave the house.
No, what did did he like leave for work or?
No, it was a weekend. Like I had gone down to Raygun because I had left my car there the night before, and then I was like, oh shit, Linda's does brunch. I didn't know that. So
wait,
I did that.
Hang on a second. You didn't know Linda's did brunch?
I know what? I'm a fucking hermit. What do you want from me?
How long have you lived in Seattle for?
I don't 14 years now.
And you didn't know that Linda's didn't do brunch?
I didn't. No, they do brunch. Like I just didn't know that they did it. I just thought like, okay, it's like a bar and like bar food, but I didn't think they did brunch.
I can't believe. I have to say that is insane.
Their cowboy tacos are great.
Yeah, their breakfast sliders it was like my favorite thing to get there. Yeah, it's so funny to me.
Oh wow, I didn't even know they had breakfast sliders. Yeah, I gotta try that next time.
Yeah, it's great. They just do like they just do like 3 mini potato rolls, and then they put like scrambled eggs and hash browns on top of them, and I think bacon or something.
Oh man, and the thing is, like, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting old, but it's like I'm like, oh man, I'm digging the soundtrack here, and it's just kind of like late 90s, early 2000s, or like the last time I went in, it was just all 80s stuff. So I'm just kind of like, all right, you know your demographic.
Yeah. That's so funny to me. Okay, sorry.
But so like, but I mean, like it was kind of an aimless weekend, so I might not have gone home, but like, yeah, I got to get home, and then I'm just kind of like, something smells weird. It's like going to the kitchen. It's like, oh, I guess he's making tea because I saw the thing on the burner, and then I realized that's burning plastic. And like I open the thing, and there's no water in it or anything, and it's like, oh god. Yeah, and he just kind of like, I don't know, went somewhere.
I don't know, was he like going out to get coffee or something?
No, he was gone for a good while. And like came back with a friend of his, and yeah, so, but like it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing burned down.
Sure. I've done it a couple times. I've done it a couple times seasoning the cast iron. Not in the apartment, but I'm cleaning the cast iron, I'm seasoning it, and then I like play with coal for too long. I'm like, what's
right. Yeah, and it's not to say that like I haven't done that before, because like I definitely have a pot where I think it was like the first apartment I had in Seattle, and the air was just particularly dry, so I was just boiling water to humidify the air, and then I just kind of like left the pan on the stove and forgot about it. Like, oh, you're stuck to the stove now. Okay.
Boiling water to humidify the air. I never thought of that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, speaking of weather and such, Ryan Casey was just saying on Facebook that apparently now it's finally stopped being the hottest ball season down there.
I gotta be honest. I'm not stoked about that. It was like 60 degrees. It was like 60 degrees yesterday, and I was just like, "This is bullshit." It is.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
No, it's far too cold.
Tell me it was cloudy too.
No, it was. No, but I know it wasn't. It was 60, but it wasn't cloudy.
Okay.
But I think you'd enjoy that because you're not like. I don't think you're getting like lethal doses of sun. It's not like so hot that you're just like develop skin cancer.
Yeah. It's definitely how I felt down there in August. It's just kind of like I need to put on like SPF 100 every morning, or else I'm just gonna get. I can just watch the melanoma forming on my arm.
It's like you're just watching it in like a time lapse fashion.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is great. Oh, this is happening to me.
It's kind of beautiful. Like that. Are you still working with that company? I don't want to say I don't want to say too much about your personal life on the internet.
I mean that's more professional than personal, but so okay. What the thing that sucks with that is that when I got back from Chicago in October, I was expecting work. And then I was told, oh yeah, there's nothing till November. And now I'm being told, oh, there's nothing until January, which is making me a little jumpy. Like I understand, like from how things have been explained to me, like what's going on, because this really should have been like the busiest time of year. Just with all the cookery that happens around the holidays. But I don't know. I guess they fucked something up with like their budget and in terms of like lining that up for companies for this time of year. So I don't know. We'll see in January, but like in the meantime, I've been picking up work from an agency downtown. So I've basically been editing mobile ad videos. Okay. Mobile for like mobile games. But it's like really it's well paying, but it's like really simple stuff.
Sure.
I'm just kind of like do it like replacing logos for the most part. I'm just like, oh God, give me a challenge.
Yeah. Well, be careful what you wish for.
Well, but that's got to be where the real money is, right? Like.
Sure, but I mean, if you're doing it all right now, then just fucking take the win,
Yeah, no, I'm doing it, and I randomly got a 2-day assistant editor position on a car commercial.
Oh, cool.
Well, it seemed that way at first.
Oh, no.
It's funny. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I was a little nervous because the editor, they flew in from London. And I was like looking this guy up, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know like editors could have representation. This guy's been like editing probably for almost as long as I've been alive. The thing is, but he only worked in Avid, and I worked in Premiere. So I thought I found like a workaround that would kind of smooth things over. But he didn't like that, so it kind of turned into me being more of a media PA. Because when he's like, well, where's this thing, and why are they labeling things like this? And it's like, well, okay, it's basically me then just bothering the DIT and the audio people, and running a hard drive like back and forth from hotels, and
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically like trying to make his life easier.
Sure.
But
that's good for like learning process though.
Sure, and what was interesting to me is that like for like as big of a wig as he is, you know, he definitely still. I definitely I felt like he had a lot of editor like attitudes and mannerisms that I do. Like, you know, like sometimes I feel like I'm just handed a mess. I'm like, oh my god. And so I'm just kind of like, that never really goes away. But it's just kind of like, but he never was like, you know, do these people know who I am, or, you know,
Right.
It was nothing like that. But it was just kind of like, oh man, I just got to like take chaos and make order out of it.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
But yeah. So yeah, you know, just like, you know, little stuff here, little stuff there, and like other than that, I'm just kind of like, you know, trying to learn stuff and you know, trying to pursue like my crazier ideas and
Yeah.
which has gotten to the point of like where I'm just kind of like emailing people in Europe.
Ew.
To just be like, hey, how do you do this thing? Just because I'm trying to learn like Blender and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I guess apparently like that's where that community is, and so it's like, you're doing DIY motion capture, eh? When do you get a prototype ready? You know, or like, hey, you made this really cool like fracture modifier, and I'm trying to blow up a spaceship, and I'm having problems.
Oh, so you're accessing a global community.
I mean, trying to. I'm mostly like bothering people. It's like, when will you have the thing done so I can have like the tool I want?
What was I'm making a cartoon right now.
Oh, nice.
But it's like, and by cartoon I mean I've taken photographs of drawings and have recorded essentially like a podcast over it.
Well, I mean, that's like a, you know, it's like a story reel right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm currently in like, I'm mixing it right now. Like I'm mixing all the audio, which is just, I don't know, after mixing the Rock Queen album, which was just such like a marathon session, I felt pretty burnt out on like audio production.
Yeah.
I just haven't been able to like, you know, because I'd have days where I just like spend like 8 hours like mixing, and I just like haven't been able to get back into that pocket yet. I could get
it can be hard. Yeah.
I just got like a couple hours at a time in me. I feel like I'm just not getting much done, and then just, yeah, my work schedule is just like, I'm trying to just like, it's rough. Like the work isn't terribly hard. It's just like food production, but like waking up at 5 a.m. is tough.
So is it like a breakfast food truck then, or
yeah, it's like it's called Yeasty Boys. They're like, it's a bagel truck.
Oh, those guys, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you know, I'm just like, it's like a lot of like cooking eggs on a, you know, there's like a flat top grill in the truck, so like cooking eggs and bacon and like toasting bagels on the grill. It's a lot of like, it's just a lot of like assembly. But it's also like pretty high volume, and so by the time I'm done, like I try to go to the gym afterwards, but I'm like pretty burnt out, and then after I get done with the gym, I'm just like, I don't want to fucking do anything.
Yeah, I know. That's I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, it's like I can definitely relate. That's always how I felt. Like when I worked at Group Health, like I would just have just a stressful day of, you know, like just scheduling people or like having people yell at me about appointments, and then I'm just kind of like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, and it's like what I'm supposed to, like afterwards, I'm supposed to like go to shows and like meet people and like become like a part of a scene. You know, it's just like that kind of stuff. It's just yeah, it's just a little hard because, and it's also like I don't necessarily want to do. I don't want to do stand up, which is how I got into like the comedy scene here, or how I got into the comedy scene in Seattle. Right. But I don't. Yeah, but I don't really want to do stand up again. I just like.
Yeah, I get that, but like but yeah, you and Ryan are taking UCB classes together though, right?
Yeah, we just got done with Sketch 101, and then we start 201 in January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, yeah, that's good. It's like you're not really doing stand up. You're like going more towards sketch, and I think that's a good avenue.
Yeah.
Especially considering like the people that like come through UCB. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I just I think I'm just impatient. I'm like, I want it now. But it's just like
yeah, no, I know it's just all a process, and actually that's the thing that is definitely kind of come into focus from like freelancing for a few years is just like jobs coming from places you never thought jobs would come from, and then like you're like shifting fortunes. It's just like, because there was like 7 months in 2017 or it's just kind of like, all right, well, I either like get like a part-time day job or go broke.
Yeah.
And then it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I have an editing job again.
Yeah, that's what happened. I thought I was just gonna have like maybe a little bit of cushion money when I got here, but the move was just like so expensive, and I blew through all my savings, and I was just like, I need to find a job now. I don't have time to wait for like a production job.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll get there, and I think like one thing that might help, like I said, is like creative like placement agencies. Because yeah, like I know, like I got on I think I'm on Creative Circle's list for both Seattle and LA. So like they send out like job postings I'd say pretty regularly.
Yeah, I got to send a follow up because they said they were going to put me on their LA list, but I'm still only getting emails for Seattle gigs. Which if I could do, if they're remote gigs, I'm happy to do them.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I've been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes. It does not feel that long.
I'll tell you what feels longer. It feels like you've been gone longer than 2 months.
Yeah, I'm like, so when's your next trip down here happening?
I honestly don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm just. Mainly I'm just kind of waiting to see like what's going to happen in January. I may get more clarification on that tonight. I was kind of wondering if you're still thinking of doing that Caribbean Christmas party.
I don't know. I think Emily's got to work on Christmas. Are you going to come down for Christmas?
I mean, probably not. I mean, well, you said you were going to do it like around then. So like, I don't know. It's just generally expensive to travel for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If you come down around December, I will throw a Caribbean Christmas party just for you.
Okay. But yeah, but by that time, yeah, like Baby Dan and Eddie should be down there.
Yeah, I think they're going to be just before New Year's. I think, or after New Year's, because I think they're going to be in Colorado for Christmas.
Oh, okay, that's where they're. Okay, yeah, because I think they're in. From what they're telling me, they're in Seattle till like the 20th. Yeah, I guess I just assume they're going to LA after that, but yeah. So they'll be like just getting into town.
Yeah. Just come down here. You gotta see the apartment. It's so dope.
I mean, yeah, it sounds dope.
Oh yeah, you saw the but it's all like set up now. It's nice. Although it's weird. We were supposed there's supposed to be washer and dryer getting installed into our unit over the next couple of days, but like they were supposed to start construction today, and so I've been up since 6 waiting for them to come, and they have not showed up yet.
Oh God, it's just like it's that kind of like cable guy timing. It's like be here between like ass crack at dawn and like midnight.
But they're gonna be doing like it's like 10 days of construction.
Oof.
It's not just like because they have to like they're like making like structural changes to our living room to install them.
Oh, I see.
But after that happens, we're gonna have a washer and dryer in our unit, which is gonna be fantastic. Oh shit, Justin, we're up to 3 viewers. Hi. If you're just joining us, you're watching The Early Bird. I'm Daniel Timothy DeRoger. I'm on the line with Justin, and we're taking calls. Here, let's see, I'll post the note. That's not it. I'll post the number. I got a Google number now. I'm gonna post the number in here, and then people can call it. I got a thumbs up now. Here's the number. If anybody wants to call, feel free to call. You're watching The Early Bird.
Eating worms all day.
That should be the slogan for the show. It's like, you're watching The Early Bird. I have worms. Come get worms. Will I be archiving the live stream? Yes. If YouTube makes it easy. Yes, because I don't know shit about technology. Boho Lotus, how are you? That's a cool name. Is it a cool? It's a cool name. I think that's a cool name, right? Listen, what do you think of the name Boho Lotus?
I mean, the Bohemian Lotus. It definitely evokes, hippies.
Hey,
yeah.
Boho Lotus, hot yoga or room temperature yoga?
Ooh, what about ice cold yoga?
It's cold. I feel like cold makes my joints ache so badly that I feel like cold yoga would be horrible for me. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, it's like it's more challenging. It's like, oh, you think you can stretch, huh? Well, get mostly naked and get into a freezing room.
Yeah, no, thank you. Again, Boho Lotus, curious about that. Hot yoga. Or room temp. What kind of are you? Do you have any personal projects going right now, Justin?
I mean, not really. There are definitely the things that have mainly been on my mind are kind of like proof of concept things. Even though I don't know if I'll ever do it, but like just for my own fucking, I don't even know what I'm trying to satisfy just like some weird obsessive part of my brain that's just kind of like, learn how to do this thing. I'm like, okay, so the reason I've been trying to do this proof of concept, like realistic spaceship explosion, and like the motion capture thing is, an affordable motion capture thing, is that I still have like a couple of Jesse's songs that's still just kind of like get stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had these ideas for like music videos for a while, and I'm like, could I do these things? Like, could I like do some sort of recreation of like the asteroid field chase scene from The Empire Strikes Back? And I'm just kind of wondering, like, okay, like, can I do like these cool sci-fi things, and like, can I, a 3D pipeline that won't make me want to kill myself? Because I'm just trying to like find tools that can make like the crazy ideas in my head more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm doing that, and like also just always trying to learn more After Effects stuff, especially like doing kind of like cartoony character rigs. There's especially I wonder if I can. Oh wait, now I'm trying to remember if I know this guy's. Is this his Dribble page? Wait. Memento. I know that dead air is not good for broadcast.
Oh, I don't. We don't care.
Listen to the dulcet tones of my voice while I search my YouTube watch later list.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Dan to call, and he said your boy is low key flu boy with responsibilities today.
Yeah, apparently they're all about all the low key since they've gotten back from Europe. Yeah, but actually, I went to Maddie's farewell show yesterday at the Highline.
Yeah, how was that?
It was good. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I think people are generally kind of low energy, and I know I was kind of hungover. But, yeah, no, it was a good show. Like, there were a fair amount of people there, and oh, wait, is it? Yes, okay. Hold on, I'm gonna post this. Yeah, it's a good show. I think it was what's it, Loudmouth Cunts?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess but I guess but Matt was let in even so.
Yeah.
So like yeah. So yeah, it was mostly female comedians and then Matt. But yeah, it was funny. It was funny stuff. And yeah, I think everyone was doing real good, but yeah, like I think they were trying to like incorporate roast, but it was more just like roast that just turned into like just complimenting Maddie, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which makes sense. So there's this thing that I've been obsessed with that I posted in the chat.
I have a question for you, Justin.
Yeah.
It says no caller ID. Do you use a fake number to call?
No, I'm calling from my laptop.
Oh, that's why it says no caller ID.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So sorry, what are you posting?
Oh, so it's this tutorial that I've been meaning to watch. But it's like it's this method I've been obsessed with because I've seen a lot of like really good MoGraph artists do it, and it's basically they're making these characters, but like these 2D characters really look like they're like moving in, like they make them look very three-dimensional, and I've been just kind of been obsessed with that.
Like Paper Mario?
Hmm?
Like Paper Mario?
I never played Paper Mario, so I don't know. But yeah, if you watch just like actually no wait, shit, hold on, maybe that's wait, is this the one? I think that's another one, but like yeah, this is a good example. Because yeah, like I mean, this may not be possible, but I've had it in my head to like try to make a rig that I can like spin around in one direction, but then I could also like spin around in another direction, so for like top-down shots and things like that.
Did you post this thing in the chat? Because I don't see it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not live right now, or yeah.
I have 0 viewers, Justin. So
oh. Wait, where'd they all go?
I don't know. I had
Two boho lotus.
I had I think they're just waiting for the live stream. They're waiting for the archive.
Oh,
They're gonna be like, no, that means they want to watch the whole thing. I'll take that.
okay. I could say, like, I was there when it happened.
Yeah, I was there in real time. I also just like sprung this on people, and I'm just like, just messaging friends and be like, call into my show. Although I should. I was gonna like. I've been like waiting for these fucking people to come install the washer and dryer that I haven't like done anything that I've been wanting to do today.
Well, yeah. Well, like what's on? Because I'm assuming it seems like you have the day off.
I do have the day off.
Yeah. So like, yes, they're like what were you thinking of? Were you like thinking of like tackling some creative stuff today, or?
No. I'm gonna clean the bathrooms. I was gonna sweep the patio. It's gonna take out some trash, sweep the floor. I'm just cleaning the apartment. That's
Okay, yeah.
no, I don't know. I've been like, I don't know. Have been in a bit of a creative rut. As I try to like, I don't know. I was able to like write all my sketches for class, but like, I don't know. It was like a bit like pulling teeth to write some of the sketches because it's like you're just like you have to like follow this format which the format works. It's just learning to like flex a specific muscle,
Right.
it's more like I don't know, writing sketches with this like particular like format feels more like intellectual work than it does creative work, if that makes sense. I'm trying to, I think.
Like, yeah, because if you're trying to like sort of like accustom yourself to like thinking within like a certain kind of like sketch structure, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I haven't really written sketch before. I've written.
What do you mean? I mean, wasn't Tiny Baby like sketch like?
No, it's a sitcom.
What? Okay. I mean, I feel like those things are kind of similar. Like,
I know, but I never thought of it as a sketch show. I thought of it as a sitcom, so that's how I wrote it. You know what I mean? It's I know.
Well, sure. Like,
I know it's semantics, but that was my like thought process when writing it. As I was writing, like I was trying to write like a 30-minute story.
Well, right. Because I mean, it's definitely like not a sketch show in that it's not like a bunch of like comedic like vignettes. It was definitely just a one cohesive thing.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. All of a sudden, like the acid flashback scene just popped into my head with like Doug vomiting all those
Skittles. Yeah.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Yeah, I don't know. See, that's not a sketch. That's like this. It's a scene.
Yeah, no, that was part of the narrative. Yeah.
It's a scene within a narrative. It's all narrative based.
Yeah.
And so this isn't like like especially with like they don't want any sort of like conflict, right? There's really no narrative. It's just like you set up your premise and then you execute your premise and then you rest it, and you have like what's funny and then you rest what's funny and then you heighten the joke again and then you rest it again and then you heighten it again. It's just it's all about doing like the same joke over and over again, but in like you have to like heighten the stakes of it each time. Which it's very useful and I'm happy learning it. But I can't. It was like with Tiny Baby, I just didn't know what I was doing, and I think there is a like freedom and that kind of like reckless creation where you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
And the class are like, we've thrown all the shit at the wall. This is what sticks. Do this. And so it's like, you're like, but it feels unnatural. They're like, that's because you haven't done it before. You just gotta like mold yourself into that.
Yeah.
And it's also like the UCB format isn't the end all be all, but like it is a great way to learn how to take being funny and apply it to a like formula.
Well, right. And I think also, it's good. It's good knowledge to have, because I think that, what's best is when you're knowledgeable of these formulas, and then you know like how you can break them and still have it work.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm looking to do. But I'm probably like years out from that.
I don't know, maybe not years.
Yeah.
I mean, how many sketch level classes do they have?
There's 3.
Okay, yeah.
What I'm excited about though is that the third class, 301, is you're writing and putting on a sketch show.
Yeah.
Whereas like there's no, like 101 and 201, there's no like graduation show like there is for improv. You just write your sketches and then you're done. But
right.
301, you're like putting together a sketch show.
Yes. Oh man.
Which I'm very excited about. And I've seen some good sketch shows here, and I'm like looking forward to playing with the format of what the sketch formula is.
Nice. I don't know. I maybe I'm just overly optimistic, but I think taking the UCB shows the UCB classes is a really good way to go, especially because like I've been really listening to a lot of Hello from the Magic Tavern.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like I can just like picture you like being a character on that podcast.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you. Oh, speaking of podcasts, I finally caught up on Tanis.
Oh shit!
God, at this point I'm like listening out of obligation and like I'm like I haven't quite finished season 4, but like it's like, is it aliens? Is it Rasputin? Who like?
Yeah, I know, right? Like it's the thing is like what I think, and I'm not sure if it's because of like their own internal process or feedback that they've been getting, but like it's because for a while they're just kind of really getting in the weeds of like, well, there's this weird thing and there's this weird thing and maybe it's all related to this thing, and I'm like, all right, Nick Silver, you gotta like pump the brakes.
So like in season 3, he had that like friend that was like going into the woods with him and like she didn't want to be recorded.
Oh yeah.
And then it turns out that he was just like hallucinating her.
Yeah.
Sorry. So we have 2 viewers. Sorry if I'm spoiling Tanis for you. But they don't really address that at all in the 4th season.
I mean, I guess it's like once he realized it, I mean, I guess he went away.
Right. That's like, that feels so lazy. That's like if in Fight Club, also heads up, spoiler alert for Fight Club. That'd be like if like the narrator realizes that Tyler Durden's like an imaginary person, and then Tyler Durden just goes away.
Oh yeah, because you're right, he didn't. I don't know. Like the thing is, like there are definitely loose ends. Like they're kind of going down the whole Pacific Northwest mystery of like severed Washington shores, and like they were kind of like going down that way for a while, and it just kind of like
whatever happened to that thread? Did that thread get dropped?
I don't know what happened there. Hold on a second.
Hi, if you're just so we have a third viewer. Hi, if you're just joining us, you're watching the early bird. I'm on the phone with Justin. We're having a conversation about the podcast Tanis. If you want to call, talk about. Oh, never mind. They went away. Okay.
It's like, oh God, it's a live stream talking about podcasts.
Yeah, it's a video live stream of people talking about podcasts. This is going to be the most boring show I've ever heard.
Nothing else. Yeah, it's a very low budget version of like Talking Dead.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I'm almost done with. I don't know, and it's also like I feel like not much is happening per episode.
Yeah, like I think they're really trying to narrow. At least the feeling I got is that they were finally trying to narrow all this down to like two like main like like paths that one could take or like narrative threads.
Right.
And they're like, all right, all this shit's happened, but like it's either like work for I can't even remember. I haven't listened to it in a while. It's like work for Tesla Nova,
right? Or
like pursue something with like Cult of Tanis Paul, and so they're making it more followable. Like I don't feel like I have to make like conspiracy theorist flowcharts to follow this anymore.
Yeah, I can definitely like tune out a couple minutes here and there and still be able to follow what's happening.
Yeah. So, that said, have you been listening to the new season of Limetown?
I was gonna say, if Limetown's crushing it. I think it's the.
Oh yeah.
They're like they've changed up real nicely in the second season. It's like it's no longer following the protagonist of the first season because she's missing, so it's this person looking for her. It's really cool.
Yeah. I've been really. Yeah, I've been really enjoying it, and I just finished the prequel novel as well.
Oh, cool! Yeah, every 2 weeks is not enough. But I understand they need to take time to make it. But yeah, I think Tanis needs to. If they're doing a 5th season, it should be the last season. Like I think, if they try to draw that shit out for like another like 5 seasons or something like that, I'm gonna just fucking stop listening to it.
I can't even imagine. Like, can you imagine a decade of podcasts, just like the Tanis podcast?
I mean, I don't know if anything like that can't. It's got to be unprecedented, but I don't think it's interesting enough to warrant 10 seasons in a movie. You know. Yeah, like I thought they got options for like a TV show. I know that Limetown, they definitely have a show coming to Facebook Watch, but yeah. The last I heard, Tanis was being produced by Sam Raimi.
Ooh.
Which I would definitely watch the hell out of, but that needs to come out. Oh, have you seen the show Homecoming?
I have not.
It's based on a podcast of the same title, and it's directed by Sam Esmail, who did Mr. Robot. I think you'd have to get the tarp out. It's like it is so like incredibly shot and directed, and the story is really cool. I think you'd really like it. It's on Amazon.
Okay, I'll write that down.
I think I'm going to end the stream. It's been 2 hours, 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I feel like I need a nap. So
yeah.
I think I just need to like clean the apartment.
You've been up for a while.
Yes, I've been up for 6 hours so far. All right. Well, I'm gonna get going. It was nice to talk to you, Justin.
It was nice talking to you too.
All right. Well, go on.
And it's nice being nice that people were watching us talk.
Yeah, at least 2 people, including yourself, are watching us talk. Okay, bye, bud. I'll talk to you soon.
See you later.
Bye. Okay. Well, that concludes the first episode of the Early Bird. I've been Daniel Timothy Rozier. I'll do this again, and I'll probably like give more notice before I do this again. So thanks for watching. Bye.